Hey, welcome back. So I know it's really late, like 2 a.m. here. So you would think I should be calling it a night, but I actually want to see if we can get through this dust storm. So this may not be like I usually try to shoot for 2 hours, right? Each video. This one might only be a half hour because we got to do Orange's turn and we don't know what the next card's going to be. So let's just, and why am I doing this? Well, first of all, I don't have to work tomorrow, so I can sleep in. Secondly, I am having enough fun and I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out. And I want to do it while I can. By tomorrow, I got things like, one of my sons is coming home from college. I got things that are going to distract me. And then I'm actually hosting some multiplayer gaming here. And I know none of you really care about all those details, but I want to jam this out. And I would like to be able to put this game away so I can use this table. So let's see what we can do. And I'm playing too well. I should have just let the corporation win, and then you guys could have at least seen a playthrough of this, and then I could, said, sorry, I couldn't win. But here I am, trying my hardest not to lose, and but it's not fun if you don't do that. So we're gonna do the orange turn. I did the full. So they got to do a limited operation, which with the orange case they get to do two locations, or the event, and the event in this case is the nano. I'm sorry, it's the slush fund scandal. There it is. So the event for them is some corporate shenanigans. So let's see what they end up doing. So is the next event is critical. Nothing's ever critical for them. I don't think it ever is. So this one does not have the negative number on it. So let's see. Did the first eligible choose the event? No. Did they choose op plus SA and current event is critical or performed and effective? So performed just means that it doesn't have the negative on it. Is it effective though? That's the next question. Remove a corp base and up to 4 corp units from one space, then shift that space 1 level towards active opposition, reduce profits by 2. So it's really funny how everybody's picking on the corporation here, but it's really easy to see. Like this is a remove function, so this is column for remove. And if they remove a base, it does not matter. I mean, it does say enemy forces. It does say remove 4 corp units, so that would make it effective. Also, profits. If they remove profits, see that? So there's 2 things on here. It is performed. I don't like the past tense performed, but performed just simply means it doesn't have the no bueno on it. And it is effective. So it says they'll do the event. And then the check for the asset events, which is the thing that they usually do, is after. So they are going to do the event then. So that's interesting. This is a rare thing for them to do, but it makes sense in this case. So now we got to decide which one are they going to do. So we have the sheet here, and we're going to look up 23. And 23 is not showing up on here, which is interesting. So does that mean it's not a event that they would do? Maybe not. Maybe it's saying they wouldn't do the event. I would say that they should. Or maybe they're thinking, because like, how do we choose the one space is what I'm getting at. So let's look at their bubble lists. They have place or upgrade bases, shift towards neutral, place damage, place rebels, remove or replace. There we go. They have a remove or replace function. So they want to do it where there's a CR base with no hidden That's not happening. Vulnerable enemy base. Not really a vulnerable enemy base. There's here and there. No CR control. All of those are true. Still doesn't narrow it down. Most bases. That would actually be the least helpful because it's Guangzhou, because they have 2 bases there. That stinks because that they would have been better off eliminating anything else. Yeah, and then it would have been most support. So it's just it's not the right chart for sure. Like it says up to 4 corp units. I mean, a base and 4 units, and this is a terraforming base. Now, you could look at it from this perspective. They have peace priorities. So a corporate base is number 1 to remove. And then number 2 is upgraded. So rather than using the bubble chart to remove, because here's what I'm thinking. The remove is actually not the right thing to use. I think this is. And here's why. The remove or replace is for their own units. So this is removing their own troops. Like if they have to remove something that belongs to themselves. So I think that is the I think that's the key thing here. Yes, yes it is. And it's sort of confirmed here with the removing friendly pieces. So, so yes, we're going to use the priority, and they're going to go after the upgraded base, right? So there's 2 of them, and this has more units than that one, so we're just going to choose this one. I'm not going to overthink this one. So they are going to remove a corporate base. That hurts them a lot. And then up to 4 rebels. And actually, these all go to casualties. Then shift that space 1 towards active opposition. That hurts us a little bit. So this becomes passive opposition, and they lose coin control. So that gives them 1 point. Reduce profits by 2. Drops them down to 27. All right. These 2 look like that. Here's our current card. Here's the new one. Flashpoint goes up by 2. It is not a dust storm. Ah, that's interesting. So this goes up by 2. So flashpoint happens. I guess I'm okay with it because we reduced the profits by quite a bit. I was not expecting that. I was expecting the dust storm. But even with the dust storm, we would still get to do the actions here. But what's funny though is the flashpoint wouldn't have happened is where I was going. But with what just happened there, it means I'm going to get another action. Because we are for sure going to execute this card, even if the next card's a dust storm. And I'm currently ineligible, and I will become eligible. And guess who gets to go first? So we do get 1 more action. So we just got to make it count. I don't know what it's going to be, but let's figure this out. All right, so we do the cycler thing, which I'm starting to get pretty much the hang of. So we're going to, this is not because of the corporate player. So the population does go here, and then I'm the governor controller now. So I'm going to choose all these to move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Oh, it says including satellites, but not population markers. But 1 population marker does go if possible. So it just means 1 stays behind. Then we do corporate casualties, and you can see the base is going to be 1, and then this is 2, and this is 3. So they lose 3 profit. They're down to 24. Then move all satellites, improve or degrade the Martian government. So it's going to improve. And then I get to put 3 supply markers there now at +3. That's so much money, folks. It's not even funny. And then 2 more population. That's insane. So that means the flashpoints are really going to get us a lot of population now. Increase profits by 2 for each desert, which is going to happen. And then the conversion center is not in the desert, so nothing happens there. So they are going to get 2 of that profit back. They're up to 26. That's not a win game. Remove all raging storms. There's 2, 3. Then roll for new approaching storms. So 2 times. We have to flip first. This becomes raging. Just 2 spots. Okay, a 1-3. Is there. And a 4-4 is there. Okay, then in unpopulated or raging spaces, troops get removed, but not the church. So this is unpopulated, but the church stays there for whatever reason. So I'm looking at the raging. There's no troops anywhere, so nothing happens. I'm looking for unpopulated. We have a base, so we're okay. We already removed everything else, so nothing to be done there. And then there is a conversion center, so another orange rebel comes out to that location, and it's hidden. And that brings the flashpoint to a close. All right, so now it's our turn. Well, not our turn, you know what I mean. It is their turn. Red goes first. And this is a nothing burger thing. They're not going to do the event. So we look ahead to the next one. It's not critical. They're not going to go first. They're going to do the full op plus SA because the corporation doesn't have it as critical either. That is an interesting one. Activate all rebels in spaces containing corp bases, then free assault all of them. Unfortunately, well, actually that would work for them. It's effective at least, but let's worry about them later. Red's going right now, so this should be flipped over. It goes to the bottom, and then this comes out. Any population markers in displays? Yes. 2d6 less than or equal to available rebels. Yes. Rally. Place bases where 3 or more rebels and 1 hidden rebel. That would be here. So let's look at the action for them. Replace 2 with a base. So these 2 would go away and another base would come out. So that's 1 location, right? So they place the base, then only roll AN after placing rebels. So select spaces using place rebels. So now they're going to select another space. It has to be a place that has a base with no hidden rebel. Could be either of those. So we're going to keep going. Not at active opposition. That's either of those. Most population. They're still tied. Most support. Still tied. Most RD bases. Still tied. Vulnerable. No RD control. Still tied. 1 to 2 RD rebels and room for a base. Nope. Fewest enemy forces. This one has 4, that one has 4. Random. Okay, 1 to 3 is the top one. So it's going to be this guy up here, the top one. All right, so that's the space they're going to place rebels. So the rally action, place 1 RD rebel. If RD base, they instead place rebels up to population plus bases. Yeah, it says flip most rebels or all active, but that's a third action. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna place, their population's 4, so here's 3, here's a 4th rebel, and then 2 more because of the bases. Man, they just swarmed that location. And so the control does go back to RD. Chef Boy RD. I found it funny. Okay, so now we roll. And that's a fail, so they don't do any more locations. It does say dig in when base in desert. Let's see. Then may upgrade 1 RD base in a desert to dug in. Yes, so they do have some bases in the desert, so they will upgrade one of those. All right, so their turn is over. Now it's the black, and they either have to do a limited op or the event. So, next event is critical. No. First syllable chose event. No. First syllable chose that. Is the current event critical or performed and effective? So it is performed. Is it effective? Activate all rebels. Then MG may free assault in 1 space. So it has to be where there's a corporate base. And actually they do. They do have a spot where they can kill some rebels. Now, does that constitute as a... They can remove enemy forces from the map. It is considered effective. So yeah, they do the event. So the place they're going to activate is this one. So let me put the camera down. So this one activates, and so does this one. So it's activate all rebels. Then MG or Corp may free assault. So a free assault would kill 2 of them. So which 2 should they kill? Well, if they attack only one of the factions, then the other one doesn't free assault back. So they can kill both of the rebels and nobody attacks back, because orange won't attack them unless they actually damage orange. So that's what they'll do. And I will verify, I don't think the base counts as a unit. It's a piece, but it's not a unit. yeah, they removed units. They more or less protected their base, which is their source of profits. Yeah, I think that, I mean, it was effective. I mean, was it fantastic? No. And so they're done. And this has to be the dust storm. It absolutely has to be. So here's our current one. Our next one. Yes, there it is. Okay, so there's this thing that happens with the dust storm. I didn't bring this up last time, largely because I forgot. But there's a component in the game. Where is it? It's called the haboob. So the haboob, all it means is there's a dust storm coming. So that's there to show a couple of things. First one, the flashpoint tracker doesn't move anymore. And then secondly, when there's a haboob, nobody can do recon or secure anymore. Because recon and secure, all that does is flip rebels. And they can't do it anymore. Now, the thing that's weird about that rule is it would have been nice because like the corporation could have done recon and then I could have done assault, right? So we could have worked together to wipe someone out. But that's not how haboob works. So it is under the storm section. At least I thought it was. Page 22. Maybe it's not 22. Where the heck is it? Haboob. 20. Page 20. When a dust storm card is visible as the next event, place the haboob marker in the current event. Recon and march operations may not be performed during this time. So you can't do recon or march. So that goes on this event. So who can do recon, who can do march? Recon is something that the Corp and I can do. And then march is done by the Red Dust movement. So they can't move their troops, and it looks like we can't. So we can't do anything in the desert. The recon is a desert action, but we can secure a labyrinth still. And then, of course, assault it. So we could still do that. So it's recon or march. I personally, so more feedback for the developers that'll never watch my video is this should say it right on the chip. If I'm going to put this here, then remind me I can't do recon or march. Like, there's room. There's total room on here to say it. So they missed an opportunity there. Now I got to go look up the damn rule every time. What's haboob again? So anyways, I go first. Now, the event says I can keep EG plus. Orange is the other one who can go. And they can't roll to take it from me. They're too far back. I can place 2 population markers on Earth and then may house in any one space with support. That could work. Actually, it would work. The other one is remove 6 MG troops from spaces on Mars without support. This wouldn't help them at all other than putting the EG minus. Let's see, would Red Dust, they would consider that effective, just setting something to EG minus. I don't need to put more population markers on Earth. There's already enough there, but putting in one space with support would give me 2 more points. I'm nowhere near enough points. And this isn't the final Red Dust anyways. You know what? I have almost every action I can do lets me house anyways. So the train lets me pacify. Secure lets me house or repair in one destination. So I'm going to do... So train lets me entrench or transport. The secure, of course, is not as helpful because whatever I reveal with my secure action is going to just get erased because of the dust storm. I just can't do recon. I can do assault. So I can remove that orange one from there. But I would like to actually repair some damage. And we have the one population that lets me do it. What else can I do, right? So if I train, I have 3 units I can still put out. So I could train and put them somewhere. But remember, it has to be where there's a base or coin control. So it's just the rich get richer situation. But I get to do a profile thing. So like this one, I could spend to move this in my direction. And that would get me points. Lots of points, in fact. We happen to have coin control here. So actually, this is exactly where I want to go. I'm going to train and pop 3 troops right here. Bang, bang, bang. Right? Because that has coin control. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put the 3 troops I have there. I can then, because I'm a human player, I'm going to remove 1 troop from somewhere. So I'm going to remove from this location to make it a 4th. Like that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to look at my Earth government thing. Is there anything I can do? That's for assault. I can do suppress during secure recon. So it doesn't look like I can do anything during train. During secure recon and assault. Yeah. So everything that I can do, I'm not able to do yet because the storm's coming. But I do the train here, and then it says I may pacify. So I'm going to pacify this location, and I have to spend 3 resources because of the training, and I'm going to spend 6 resources to move this twice. So that's going to be 9 resources. I'm at 38. I'm going to drop to 28 and then back up to 29. So I'm going to remove passive opposition, which makes 1, 2, 3, 4 points drop for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to... that puts it at neutral, and then I'm going to put passive support in, which gives me 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for me. And the place that I thought was impenetrable, I was now able to flip it. And that's an impressive feat. But there's 4 population here. I want all of that. Now, that means I left that population there, but that's fine. Red's not taking a turn until after all this hubbub's over. So that was train. Now I can do entrench or transport. So entrench says I can replace 1 troop with a base and then fortify remaining troops there. And it's any 2 spaces with coin control. So I can just fortify, really, or I can petition. No, I'm sorry, I can just transport, which that doesn't help me as much. So I will go ahead and fortify 2 spaces. I don't have to pay anything for this particular action. And fortify is simple. I just take my 2 cubes and cover the green. So there's 1 location, and it's anywhere with coin control. And then I'm going to fortify because this one over here. I'm going to fortify Europa. like that. I still need to do a lot of repairs, but I'll do that later. My turn's over. So I did the full action plus SA. So now orange gets to go. And let's look real quick. The next event's not happening. Did we choose the event? No. Is this performed and effective? Well, remove 6 MG troops from spaces on Mars without support. That actually is effective. And it moves EG to minus. I didn't even realize that. You know what? I'm not going to do... I'm going to do OP only to prevent him from doing that event. So it just means I don't do the fortification. Who cares? Right? We did everything else we wanted to do. I'm preventing him from doing this. And the reason why this would hurt is I actually thought, I got support everywhere. There's active opposition on that location right there. So I would lose those 3 troops, and I don't want to lose them because I'm going to be able to do some really cool shenanigans there. So I prevent him from doing the event, and that means he has to do a limited op. So he can't do the asset event either. And so yeah, he's doing a limited op. So let's get it done. Now, limited op for them seems to always be 2 spaces instead of 1. And it says that again here, up here at the top. Any CR base in a space with no hidden rebel. Yeah, there is one right here in the desert. 1d6 less than, yes, there's no need to roll. Rally. Place bases where 3 or more rebels. Can't do that. Alternate placing rebels and upgrading bases. So, great question. Where are they going to place a rebel? A CR base with no hidden rebel. So, the first place they're going to go is here. So I'll put this here to indicate that that's the first one they did. Now they get to do another one, which is upgrade a base. So the base upgrade is neutral alignment first, which it is. Most CR rebels. Well, that would be up there. So they're going to upgrade another conversion inside the labyrinth here. So that's done. And they're at their limit, so they got to call it. Minimum 2 spaces for a limit op, max 5. So they actually still get to possibly do more. So we'll roll. They rolled a 3, which means cancel. And 3 is more than the 2. So they don't get to use this. So that's all more they do. And then they're done. Okay. We already know from the last time, everybody's going to be eligible after the dust storm. So we're going to move all 4 up to there. And let's see that we're going to do the dust storm and then I'm ending the video. I do need to get some sleep. I was just very excited. So let's do dust storm round here. First we do the victory phase, which some things are going to happen. Corporate casualties, not happening. Earth government casualties, not happening. Move all forces and casualties to available, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Am I doing the oh no, right there, move all corp to available. I was getting nervous. I was like, was I supposed to leave them there? That would have definitely impacted profits a lot, but no. Displaced population penalty. Reduce MG resources by 3 and corp profits by 1 for every 2 population markers in displaced population. There's only 1, so nothing happens. Then if any faction has met their victory condition, they won. But we got to do some checks here. So the first one is, how many enemy bases are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that enemy bases is exactly 14. Man, we added bases, we destroyed bases, and it still turned out to be 14. Hold on a second. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So that enemy bases marker stays right where it's supposed to be. Then for orange, CR controlled plus bases. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they did not win because they need to pass the enemy bases. The profits are at 26. They need to be at 35. Or, I'm sorry, 36. So profits are 10 short. They were literally 4 away from winning at one point. We are 5 away from winning. We couldn't have won this round anyways, but just letting you know. And then the red dust is at 24 out of 32. I am very confident that the markers don't need to be rechecked on those ones because we've been moving those up and down pretty well. It is total support. Oh no. No. I have not been doing the marker proper. All right, let's do this. So total opposition plus bases. See, we weren't moving it down when the total opposition. No, that's population. We're doing that right. But let's add it up anyways. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's the bases I haven't been counting. That's why I'm doing this again. So they're at 11. Then this is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, because that's active. '21. I have them at 24. 22, 23, 24, 25. There we go. 25. 26, 27. That makes it up. We weren't adding their bases, so they're up to 27. So I definitely did something wrong with them. So I got to count that one more time because I think I made a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nothing up there. This is fully done. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. How did I... I think this is... Gotta start again. I keep doing it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nothing up there. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 is the right answer. Okay, so that's still, they needed 32, so they're 7 short. Now, the reason why I counted us wrong is we get to add the confidence, which is an 8. So let's do ours. So it is, it's population support plus confidence. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 24 from just that alone. And so I did something wrong because I had us at 29. But you know what? It's because the earth confidence and all that. Anyways, 25. So let's count one more time. I'm tired and I'm not doing a good job, am I? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. 12, 13, 14, right here, I bet I didn't count that. 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. That puts us to the 28. That's just one short of where I had us. That looks a lot better. So I'm at 28 instead of 29. But I get to add this, which is 8 more. So 8 and 8 is 16. I'm at victory condition. I'm at 36. I just can't claim a victory yet because that doesn't happen until the third dust storm. Which 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So only one card from the previous dust storm made it in here. So we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 happens. And then the final turn is anywhere in these last 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Because it's the final 6 cards. It was shuffled in amongst them. So these are going to happen, and then this is when the game will end. So we do have one more dust storm to go. We knew that from the start. But if one of the AI would have won, then the game would have ended, for sure. So hopefully I can continue this and get it wrapped up tomorrow. But we're not done yet. Let's keep going through this. There was no victor. So now we're moving to the resources phase. And this does take a while. Mars government gains resources equal to the population of spaces with coin control and no opposition. That's actually a lot. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was like, coin control. Never mind. Let me back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We get $14. And I don't know what's supposed to happen. I'm going to hit 50. So 36, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, I hit exactly 50. Corporation increases profits by 2 per corp base in a labyrinth. So they're going to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I got to make sure I check their we have a curiosity section. So Increase asset total by the total asset cards will be drawn to a maximum of 6. So we got to follow this, of course, for some of the steps. But yes, they gain their profit. Red dust resources by population, but they don't get any. And Reclaimer draws asset cards as shown on the available bases track on their player mat. So if we come over here, these are their bases. They're going to draw 1, 2, 3. And they have 2. So it's going to put them up to 5. So they're definitely going to do shenanigans at the start of the next round. Okay, so then we go to the support phase. In each space with coin control, Mars government may perform up to 2 house, repair, or pay 3 resources. We don't get to do an alternate cycle before this, do we? No. So each space with coin control, we can perform house, repair, or pay 3 resources to shift 1 level towards active support in any combination. And then we can pay 5 resources to improve the confidence once. Okay, so I'm going to spend the 5 resources right now. So we're down to 45, and we're going to improve this again to 10, which is going to make our marker. Oh my gosh, I moved the wrong marker. We were at 36. So now it's going to be 38. So here's the deal. I need to subtract $8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I moved the money up by 8 for this when we did that instead of the marker. So remember we said we had 36 points. Well, I moved the wrong marker. Okay, so I moved the MG up, or the EG up, that's fine. So now I gotta go through every space with coin, and I can basically do the equivalent of 2 house, repair, or pay resources to move up. Well, we're gonna start with this one. I'm paying 3 resources to move this up. So that's gonna give me 1, 2, 3, 4 more points. And I gotta pause real quick, 1 second. Okay, so what I did while I was paused is I recalculated, is my marker where it's really supposed to be? And it is. So my marker now moves up 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this space is done. And it's anywhere that I have coin control. So now I go here. And so I already have active support, so I'm gonna use the house action to put that there. And so now this goes up 2 more. So I'm up to 44. Then I go here. I could have repaired, I guess, instead of the house action. I gotta pay my 3 resources from down here. There's no population here, so I don't wanna do anything. So then I got this one, I'm going to spend 3 more, so it puts me down to 31, and then it gives me 2 more, so now I'm up to 46. And then here I'm going to spend 6 to remove opposition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then by removing the opposition, he loses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so he's down to 19. So that's my everything I can do with coin control. Now, if there was more population available, I would have gone even more bonkers because I would have repaired things and I possibly would have done something there. I mean, I could still do something here with the idea that, hey, if I repair this at some point, then that gives me another population. I could spend $6 more. You know what? I will, because I'm going to get a crap ton of money the next time we do an Alduran cycle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to spend 6 more, and we're going to put a active support there, even though there's no population, because that's going to set the stage for when I do repair that damage. It's just going to be more points that they're going to have a hard time taking away from me. I mean, I got the game won, so now I just got to hold on to what I got. And I got repair opportunities that, I mean, almost every turn, that's what I want to do, is just repair and keep things up. And I probably want to entrench, which is the fortifying so they can't damage. The entrench action is becoming very important all of a sudden. But we're done with RPs. So we pacified, we lobbied. Now agitate. In each space with RD control, they may perform up to 2 house repair or pay a resource to shift 1 towards active opposition in any combination. Now there's no population left, so just like us, they can't do house or repair, but they can pay 1 resource to shift everywhere they have control. So here they're going to shift. Well, actually, we got to look. What are they doing? It's the support phase. We're going to do as many spaces as possible for housing. Then select spaces with opposition for repair. Using place population. Spaces to shift towards active opposition using shift towards for total repair and shifts up to the agitate total. Repair first if possible, then shift. Reduce agitate total by 1 for each repair and shift. So they only have 1 agitate. Their agitate's never gone up. So we would have to use the shift towards active opposition. I can tell you it's going to be where there's the most population. So they're going to shift this one, which gives them 4 points. That's the best move they could possibly make. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Their agitate is now 0 for doing that. And if you have any concerns about that, so it's the leftmost column. The first dot is not at active opposition, and the second one is most population. And that has 4 population. It's the clear winner. And it has to be, remember, it has to be somewhere that they have control. And they only have control out in the desert, and there's no desert space that has 4 population. That's what's winning it for us, is I have control everywhere, except for that new Kelowna, or whatever it is, and then this one space here, Gandhi. Okay, so they're done with their support. Redeploy. Remove all storm markers. Then redeploy forces as follows. Earth government moves all troops back to Phobos or spaces with MG bases. And it's only the troops that are on Mars. So technically I could have moved them down and then I could have put them on spaces where I had bases. That's okay. They're all in Phobos. That's where they're going to be. So Martian government must move MG troops from deserts without coin bases and may move other MG troops to labyrinths with coin control or spaces with bases. And so basically, I just can't be anywhere that is not coin control or not a base. And right now, I have troops everywhere that's satisfied. So it's just a matter of, do I want to move them around some more? And I think the answer is yes, because, well, no, I don't necessarily need to. I will move one troop to here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's it. So then the red dust redeploy. This is the part where they must move rebels from deserts without either opposition or bases, and may move other rebels. But see, this is where we gotta read the redeploy for the AI. And this is the part where they get Cheaty McCheaterson here. So they are not the controller. We don't have to read this. We don't have to read CR as the player. NPRD, move RD rebels as outlined below and keep other rebels in their current spaces. So keep 3 rebels in each space with room for an available base, and keep 1 in each populated space without active opposition if possible. Within each numbered instruction, move rebels using place rebels to select destination spaces. Move rebels in deserts. So, okay. So we need 3 in each space that can take a base, and 1 in each space without active opposition. So what that means is all of these go away for redeployment. I don't understand why they do that, because those are spaces with bases, but this one, they need to leave 1 in a space without active opposition. See, and then this one does not have active opposition, so they leave 1. Up there in the New Caledonia, or whatever it's called, Columba, they leave just 1, because there's no room for bases there. So all those come off. This is active opposition, but there's room for base, so they leave at least 1. And see, this is where I would assume they would put 3, but it just says leave. So they're leaving those where they are. So now we got to use place rebels to do the rest. And there are some, within each numbered instruction, move rebels using place rebels to select destination spaces. Move rebels in deserts without opposition or an RD base first. Then 1 at a time from spaces with the most rebels. So they need to get 1 rebel to each space with an RD base. So we're going to leave 1 in each space with an RD base. Done. Get 3 rebels to each space with room available for an RD base. So I want to put 3 there because that has room. And then we're going to have to use the place rebels to figure out where else to go. Move any rebels still in deserts without opposition or an RD base. I still don't think I'm doing this right, but it's the most confusing damn way to write this. Okay, so red. So they want to place rebels in an RD base with no hidden rebel. That's their first priority. They want 1 there on each space with an RD base. Not at active opposition is the next priority. So that could be anywhere. That's the reason why we were saying, that's why they were like spawning where we were. So most population is the next one. Yeah, that's it right there. So they want to get 3 rebels on a space that has availability. It says move any rebels still in deserts without opposition or an RD base. Okay, so population is the next one. And the reason they move 3 is because they can make a base. So that's the reason why the 3 show up, for example, here, because that has 3 population. And then 3 here, because this has 4 population. That one has no room for a base, so they're not going there. And then this one has 2 population. So they put 3 here. And then that's it. There's nothing left. This one has 2 populations, so that's why they went there instead of here, because this only has 1. All right, it's good enough for government work. We're going to call that done. Move CR rebels and bases as outlined below and keep other pieces in their current spaces. Keep 3 CR rebels in each space with room for an available CR base. Keep 1 CR rebel in all other spaces and change no control. Within each numbered instruction, move rebels one at a time for spaces with most rebels. Okay, so here's the problem. That one there, they want to keep 3 rebels, even though there's only 2, because there's room available for a base. Same with the wilderness. Same with Tenzing. But we are going to flip them back over. But it says do not change control. It says that, and change no control. So here's the issue. One, two, three, four, 5. 5 units are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are necessary. Actually, just 3 are necessary. So these 4 can move, and here's why. Here's 3, 4, 5 to 5, and then that's the tiebreaker. Counts as a rebel, so it's CR control because they have more. Nope, we need 1 more. It's got to be 6. So 3 of them can move. And they're going to move according to the move rebels, and of course they do it 1 at a time, like it says. So place rebels, CR base with no hidden CR rebel. That's not the case. This one here stays. Vulnerable enemy base. Nothing's really vulnerable unless I move troops there. No CR control, that's just about everywhere. Most bases. So that counts itself, but it says no CR control, most bases. So that means we're talking here, here, there. So there's 3 spots, 4 spots that we're at. So none of them are vulnerable. They all have no CR control. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I understand why they want to do this because they actually win if they destroy other people's bases. They need to have more of their own bases than we do. So then most support. So this one's active support. This isn't. This isn't. So now we're down to 2. Next one is fewest enemy forces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one's 5. So here we go here. And it's just one at a time. So I don't see why all 3 of them wouldn't just go there. Makes no sense to do it any other way. It says, move 1 CR base to the wilderness from all other spaces with 2 CR bases. Hold on. We do have some extra criteria. Move 1 CR base to the wilderness from all other spaces with 2 CR bases. So that's this one. So this is moving to the wilderness, which is perfect. Because now they finally, that's not a desert actually. So I don't think that counts as being in the desert, but maybe it does. We'll have to look up what the wilderness counts as. Get 1 CR rebel to each space with a CR base. That was fine. Get 3 to each space with room for a CR base, which sort of contradicts the whole go where there's the most bases. But we do. We have 3 here. And by removing that base, we're gonna lose control. So that means I gotta move this back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So then it gets weird because I have this. If I just move 1 more here, I can make a base in the desert. And why would I not do that? That's what I don't understand. Like, they're making me move to these stupid places. Instead of doing place rebels, I would do place or upgrade bases and then move the rebels there. And so it would go to neutral. And then most CR, I guess, okay, so they don't necessarily need to be in the desert, I guess. But still, yeah, so they moved 2 units to a place that makes no sense. But yeah, I'm gonna call it done. Let's see. Adjust population markers on Earth to match the EarthGov confidence value. So there's 3 population markers on Earth, and that's what they're supposed to be. Hide all rebels, we've been doing that. Remove all campaign cards. Done. Shuffle the asset cards back in. And we'll do that while I'm reading the next one. Mark all factions eligible. Reveal top card of the drawback. And then the next one. And ignore flashpoint icons. Reset flashpoint to 0. That's already done. Total up the value of the icons. And make as many dust storm rolls. And then start the new event. Okay. I'm very tired, so I do need to go. But we will finish this up here. Before I do that, I'm having fun. It's what this game is supposed to be. It's very painful learning a new coin game and having to get all the wonkiness. I still don't like this redeploy phase. Like anytime we have to do movement or deploying troops, the bubble charts, I don't know. It just seems placing bases is different than placing rebels, and it seems like sometimes they contradict each other, or they're not they're not helping each other as much as they should. So, case in point, the CR rebels, either they're going to make bases by having 3 or more units in a spot, so they can make a base. Right, that should be the priority. Or they're going to destroy a base by ensuring they have enough troops to destroy a base. But instead, they're like the priorities are just wonkily different. The only thing that's good is the wilderness is filling up with their stuff, and that seems to be the right strategy, even if you were a human player, to just, hey, we're out here gypsies out in the desert or in the wilderness where nobody cares about us. So let's address that right away, by the way, the wilderness part. The large rectangular wilderness space is also a desert, representing the huge tracts of unpopulated Martian desert between the sectors. So they have a conversion center now. That's going to reduce the profits of the corporation. So the corporation can try to move out in the wilderness to take out all those bases. I mean, they might be able to. Okay, so what they were asking us to do next is this is the first card that's going to start the game, and look who gets to go first. It's us. And then this is the next card for the next round, of course. And I just want to read these. Place 4 supply markers on Earth. Increase profits by 2. Activate all rebels in one labyrinth. The rebel faction with the most forces is ineligible through the next round. That's awesome. Executing faction chooses if tied. So you can just activate them all. I don't get to destroy them though. Still pretty cool because they're all hidden right now. So being able to activate them at the start of the turn is cool. All right. So the number of flashpoints on these is 5. So we are placing 5 approaching storms. We have a 3-2, which is here. A 1-4. Which is there. A 2-2. Don't judge. I like my 2-2. There. 5-5. There. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 5th one. 5-5 again. So this one becomes a raging. And I don't think, do they get to kill? I mean, that's what it says. Make as many dust storm rules as during a flashpoint dust storm phase. So yes. So then we got to look at the flashpoint thing. If it's already flipped that marker to its raging side, and the reclaimer may remove 1 enemy force there. So that would be us. So we lose one troop because of the raging storm. All right, so that was an hour and 14 minutes just to do. I mean, this dust storm thing takes a while with the whole moving the troops around. My only solace in all of this with moving the troops and all the madness that involves, I only have to do it twice in a game. Because by the time this third card comes up, we don't have to move anymore because somebody's winning. So that's my takeaway is you only have to suffer and be filled with pain twice. Anyways, like I said, I'm having fun. Any criticism I have is sometimes I get frustrated with how some things are worded or whatever, but it's largely with me thinking this game, I just want it to be better because I want it to succeed. Because I'm having fun. And I think one of the keys to success is if the game is more accessible. Some of these tricky, move logic conundrums and stuff like that is what prevents it from being accessible. And, I would be doing everything impossible to try to make this game, all coin games, not just this one, all coin games, more accessible because I think the coin concept is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Every coin game I've ever played has been fun. Now, some of them, especially like the Algerian one, it's put on cubes, remove cubes, right? It's just a cube pushing game. And you could argue that this is too, but I love the concept of, so like that's why Pendragon is so awesome, because there's resources. It's not just cubes. There's money and wealth and other things going on. And to be honest, that's why it makes me like this game too. There's more going on. You got the corporate profits. This game is more than just I'm putting on cubes or taking off cubes. So some of the original coin games I think were very dry in that kind of way. But nonetheless, coin is an awesome concept, and it's very evident. They have over a dozen or more. They got more than a dozen out there now, and they have more coming. Like there's more P500s, and it's successful, and there's a reason for it. Just like the D-Day at Omaha Beach, and those games were successful. I know those aren't GMT games, but still. There's just certain franchises that are good because there's a good game behind it. This is definitely one of them. The accessibility is the barrier. Some people are going to be like, nope, no way am I going to go through that if-then-else chart, which is true. And that's the reason why the Gandhi system was good. They had the little bubble charts. They had their, it was very evident when you looked at the board even. Like the Muslims in Gandhi, there was a certain shaded color on the board that was their preference. Like you didn't even have to look at the bubble chart. You could see if it was shaded a certain way, that was their preference. And I think it was just a little bit of that made Gandhi so much more accessible than most coin games. This one, the problem is all the deserts have a priority for like the corporations. Everybody else, it's more about the bases. I just think this one, it's just a matter of, I don't want to have to merge 3 different documents to figure out what I need to do. Like if everything was just in one document and it just guided me, I wouldn't be so upset. I'm not upset. I'm just tired. I'm using the wrong word there. I just think it could be better. I really do. And if I sat down and Mr. Developer was next to me, I guarantee you we would figure something out that would make it better. But it's good. There's nothing to wiggle at. And I do feel like now that I'm through 2 dust storms, if I were to start a new game, it would be much cleaner, of course. But yeah, it's going well. The only thing that's goofy is, the corporation was never using the Earth forces. And then, of course, I'm the Earth governor now. And I'm not using the forces because the dust storm was coming in like 2 rounds. But what I'm curious is I now have access to all those satellites, and we're going to be able to do something with them. And my attitude is I'm winning the game right now. So I'm going to use those Earth forces to help me to continue to win that game. And that means all these dang places that have shuttles are connected to Phobos, and those Earth forces are going to come down. I'm doing a transport action, something with transport, and we're going to have bing, 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 bing. Earth forces are going to come in and control every labyrinth to prevent them from damaging or doing whatever they need to do. Okay, so that's my strategy. Is we're going to hold on to what we got. I don't even need to be aggressive. So we'll see where that goes. I do start the round, and I'll sleep on it, but I can do. See, assault is the only thing that's not helpful because everybody's hidden. But I can do a secure to reveal all these dang guys in the labyrinth. I can do 3 resources per labyrinth. I'm sitting on 19 right now, so I can hit a lot of spaces. I can get them all exposed with secure, and then I can do transport with that. I mean, entrench would be nice too, but I'm going to do transport and then bring all those government forces down, and we're going to have a party. So anyways, thanks for watching and allowing me to review while I play. I recommend this game. I would recommend it to anybody. I did post that I was frustrated with the Cheaty McCheaterson move stuff that happens during the dust storm. I still confess that I'm winning in spite of it. So yes, the game's balanced, even with the cheaty parts. I totally understand why they do it, because I'm still winning. I was close to losing, though. The corporation almost won. So the tension is there. It's close. And I'm sorry, I'm going into my rambling again, but it's what I do when I like something. It's making my mind titillate. There you go. There's a word. Andrew, be sure to put a marker there. Jeff used the word titillate, and then put a timestamp on that one, so everybody can come and hear the word titillate more times than they ever wanted to hear in their life. So, anyways, as always, thank you for watching, and stay awesome.